Johnny Depp's unexpected appearance on The View was billed as a rare moment of vulnerability from a man long shrouded in mystique and media chaos. The audience was electric even before he walked onto the set. Wearing his signature tinted glasses, layered necklaces, and a weathered fedora, he offered a slight smile and a wave that drew cheers. It was supposed to be a redemptive morning. After years of brutal legal battles and tabloid warfare, Depp had started to rebuild Landing Selective. Film roles, making music again, and quietly engaging in charity work. Joy Behar opened warmly, joking about how she never imagined having Captain Jack Sparrow at the table. Whoopi grinned. But within moments, it became clear the conversation wouldn't remain light. Joy never won to dodge controversy, shifted tone just minutes into the segment. "Johnny, some would say your name has become synonymous with chaos," she said bluntly. "Are you really ready to be public again?" Depp blinked slowly. "If not now, when?" He replied with a wry smirk. "Or should I stay hidden until the world forgets?" Laughter rippled through the audience, but Joy didn't laugh. The moment hung there, brittle. "I'm just saying," Joy continued, "there are still a lot of people, especially women, who see you as problematic. There are wounds that haven't healed." Johnny exhaled through his nose. "I didn't come here to reopen wounds. I came here to talk about healing," Sonny interjected, trying to steer it toward his upcoming indie film, but the atmosphere was already cracked. Joy wasn't done. "But Johnny, your trial, however public it was, wasn't vindication for everyone. There are viewers watching now wondering why you're being given a platform." Depp's jaw tightened slightly. "With respect," he said slowly, "I'm not here to win popularity contests. I'm here because I believe in redemption. Last I checked, this was still a country that believed in due process." Joy raised her eyebrows. "Due process doesn't mean you're above accountability." At that, Depp leaned forward. "And who decides what that accountability looks like?" "Twitter talk shows." The audience murmured, half unsure whether to applaud or wince. Sarah N., sensing the interview spiraling, tried to pivot. "Let's talk about your music. You've been recording again?" But Johnny wasn't finished. "I don't mind being questioned," he said, glancing at Joy. "But I won't be cross-examined by someone who's already made up her mind." Joy's eyes narrowed. "I didn't make up my mind. I just don't pretend that your story is simple. Abuse isn't simple. Reputation isn't simple. You want people to forgive and forget. I want people to listen," he interrupted, voice hardening. "Two facts, not op-eds, disguised as questions." Clearly uncomfortable. "Now," said quietly, "let's all just take a breath." But the moment had slipped out of control. Joy folded her arms. "It's not my job to coddle a comeback. It's my job to ask what viewers want to know." Depp stared for a long beat. "And maybe they want to know why someone with a past gets punished for every step forward, while others skate through without scrutiny." Joy scoffed. "You think you're the only one who's been scrutinized?" Please, the tension was now a thick wall. Producers off stage were already signaling to wrap. But Depp wasn't backing down. "If I'm not allowed to speak unless I grovel, then don't call it an interview. Call it a sentencing," he said. Joy rolled her eyes, triggering a murmur of discomfort across the studio. "You're playing the martyr," she said flatly. "That's not strength. That's spin." Depp stood up slightly in his seat. "That's your narrative, not mine. And frankly, if you wanted a punching bag, you could have invited someone else." At that, Whoopi's voice cut in, firmer now. "All right, we're going to go to commercial." But Joy leaned in one last time. "Don't get to dictate how people see you. That's earned, not demanded." Depp's voice was quiet but icy. "Neither do you. And you've earned every ounce of this moment." Then he slowly reached under the lapel of his jacket, unclipped the mic, and stood. Audience gasped. The live feed tried to cut wide, but his voice still echoed. "I came here in good faith. Shame on the people who didn't." The camera caught Joy shaking her head as he walked off stage. Social media exploded before the commercial break ended. Clips of the exchange, some clean, others screen-recorded from live streams, flooded every corner of the internet. On X, formerly Twitter, #Depp on The View, Hashtag Joy vs Johnny and hashtag Walked Off Live began trending within an hour. Opinions clashed instantly. Depp's fans called it a setup, accusing Joy of ambushing a man who'd already lived under a microscope. Others praised her for not sugarcoating the interview, saying she did what journalists should: ask the hard questions. TMZ posted a raw backstage video of Depp calmly lighting a cigarette outside the studio, muttering "never again." ABC issued a brief statement saying the segment took an unexpected turn and that all guests are treated with respect. But insiders reported that Depp's team was furious. This was supposed to be a clean re-entry, one assistant told Deadline. Instead, they threw him into the lion's den. Asterisk, within 24 hours, the ripple effect reached beyond television. Depp's publicist canceled all upcoming appearances. This indie film's distributor released a statement distancing the movie from any unnecessary political distraction. Meanwhile, Joy was both hailed and hammered. Daytime anchors debated whether she crossed the line. Wendy Williams called her brave. A Fox News host said she was hostile, smug, and out of her depth. Whoopi, asked off-camera about the clash, simply said, "Sometimes people aren't ready to talk. Sometimes people aren't ready to listen." The View's ratings spiked, biggest midweek bump in over a year, but behind the scenes, producers braced for damage control. They hadn't expected Depp to walk. They certainly hadn't expected Joy to push that hard. Asterisk, Depp's attorney quietly reached out to ABC, requesting the raw footage not be re-aired or syndicated. ABC refused, citing journalistic integrity. Then came the op-eds. Rolling Stone titled, "There's Depp's Dangerous Myth of Redemption." The Federalists clapped back with why Depp had every right to walk off. A GQ column argued that Joy had done what Hollywood wouldn't: confront the mythmaker to his face. Reddit threads exploded with some dissecting body language, others arguing whether Depp's anger was justified. Even TikTok saw a wave of reenactments and analysis videos. It was no longer about Depp or Behar. It was about media, accountability, and how narratives get spun in real time. Asterisk, a few days later, Depp posted a black and white photo on Instagram. Just his boots, planted in wet pavement. The caption read, "Stand where you must, even if it shakes." But he offered no interviews, no follow-up, no clarifications. Joy addressed the incident briefly on The View, saying, "I don't regret asking tough questions. If you come on this show, expect that. That's the job." Whoopi nodded but didn't elaborate. Fans of the show argued in comments that Joy had been waiting for a moment like that for years to challenge a figurehead in real time. Depp's defenders said it proved exactly why he didn't trust the media. Asterisk, in the weeks that followed, Depp faded back into seclusion, declining several festival invitations and even postponing a European tour date with his band. Yet he wasn't broken, just quieter, more selective. Meanwhile, The View quietly removed the Depp segment from its YouTube channel, citing copyright concerns. Rumors swirled that his PR team was renegotiating terms for future media appearances to include veto power on interview content. Other celebrities took notice. Behind closed doors, agents began warning clients, "Don't go live unless you control the room." And The View? They leaned into it. The controversy had rejuvenated the format. Viewers wanted more edge, more challenge, but the cost lingered. Asterisk, in the end, the moment became legend. The day Johnny Depp walked off The View was dissected in journalism classes, podcast debates, and gossip rags alike. It was the perfect storm: celebrity redemption, media accountability, and the volatile alchemy of live TV. Depp remained an enigma, scarred yet standing, his mystique deeper than ever. Joy Behar stood firm, unapologetic, and unshaken. But between them stretched an unspoken truth. The public demands rawness, but punishes imperfection. And when the cameras roll live, neither side gets to control the edit. They simply hope their truth cuts louder than the noise.